Hello everyone, I am DreamCraftWD and today I bring you some updates on Fractured. Before starting, let me just take a moment to remind you that if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you like the content of my channel, support it by hitting the subscribe button and remember to click the bell so that you get notifications every time a new video is uploaded. Fractured started Test 4 on their Alpha 2 on November 4th. A lot of new functionalities were added for this test, like resource nodes, farming, horses, harbors, wagons, and trading. As I was not able to join the test 3, the cities were also something new for me. So let me show you all of this, but this time I invite you to follow me in my adventure with my amazing guild Legion of Akir. Like on Test 3, some days before Test 4 started, a map of Mir was made available on Fractured website, so that players with Governor Pack could claim a city. All other players could register in an already claimed city. For this test, each city would have connected only one resource node. In the future, one city may have more than one resource node. The cities will be able to compete for the control of a node by launching conquests and raids against it. But for now, we only have one node per city. In the map, it was easy to identify which resource node belonged to each city and do some city planning. The registrations ended before the test started, and all cities that were able to gather enough citizens were officially claimed, meaning that the players started the test on that city. I can hear your questions. What are enough citizens? Can only the players with Governor Pack claim a city? What happened to the players that did not register on any city or that registered but the city failed to gather the minimum number of citizens? Okay, slow down. Enough citizens or minimum number of citizens required is for small cities 5 and for large cities 20. The players with Governor Pack do have the opportunity to claim a city before the game or test starts, but nothing prevents any other player to claim a city after the game begins. I will show you how in some moments. Players that did not register or that the city ended up without enough citizens began in the starter cities. You still have two starter cities, one in the north and another one in the south, so no worries. We, in Legion of Akir, have no member with the Governor Pack, so we decided not to register in any city. We did use the map on the website to plan which city we would like to claim after the test began. We were not sure if we wanted an iron mine or a coal mine, but we were sure the best for us would be to start on the south starter city. Now for the important stuff. To claim a small city, you need 5,000 gold and 5 citizens. To claim a large city, you need 20,000 gold and 20 citizens. We knew that the zombies and the skeletons by the south entrance of the Valley of Shadows are not the ones that give more money, but are easy to defeat by a small group of 3 or 4 players that just started and have almost no abilities. So on the first day, we completed the tutorial quests that give us food, clothes, weapons and first abilities, and we grinded the gold. As trade between players is not yet implemented and the money to claim the city must be given by one person alone, the governor, only one of us could loot the gold. Now for another important change. As you can see in the top left corner, the UI changed a little bit. Now you only have 2 bars. One is life and the other one is mana. As you remember, before we had 3 bars. The one on the top showed you your endurance, the one on the middle your life, and the one on the bottom your mana. If the bar above would go to 0, you would get knocked down, unconscious, and then get back up. For each time you would get knocked down, your life would also get lower. If this life bar would get to 0, then you would die, and all your items would be available to loot from your lifeless corpse. Well, now you still have the same concept, but instead of having it in separate bars, you have all in one, and for each time you get knocked down, your maximum recoverable HP gets lower. Once you get to 0, you will die. The only way to get to max recoverable HP again is to sleep by the fireplace. Attention, Diseases like necrotic disease will automatically lower your maximum recoverable HP until they are treated. Dying does not cure the disease, so be sure to always carry with you some herbal remedy. Also, you can no longer change the abilities by the campfire. All you can do is recover your energy and your HP up to what is available. You still can cook though, so now being on the wild is more challenging. After we got the 5,000 gold, we started looking at the still available cities. The one we wanted for iron had already been taken, so we settled for one just south of Heartwood. We went there with the needed citizens and we claimed it. How does the claim work? The player with the money must apply for governor, and the contest is opened until he gets 4 citizens to support him. It is also possible that in the meantime other players submit another governor application, but I did not test that yet. As soon as all 4 citizens submit their support, the town hall opens for being built. Your city is now in rank 0. Although the bank structure is already there, nothing can be built until the town hall is finished and running. After that, the rank of your city raises to 1 and you can place whatever building you choose. Only the governor and the appointed vice-governors can place them. When you are appointed, as you can see, a new tab appears in the town hall and in the construction screen you get the option of city buildings. What do you have available for building in your city? Well, you can build roads and fields, residential plots, social, woodworking, tailoring, magic crafting, metalworking, and farming. We decided to start with the tavern so that we would have at our disposal the fireplace and the farms to get some cereals growing. Also, one of our guild members created a land plot and built our first house. But this depends on each guild or governor's strategy. Nevertheless, I would like to share with you my opinion. There are important buildings such as the packaging station and farming pots that should be built first because they will allow you to be able to pay the upkeep. It can be found under farming. Yes, the city has a daily upkeep that needs to be paid so that the city can keep its rank or level it up in case the other requirements are also met. The city needs to have a certain amount of prestige that it gains by the constructed buildings and citizens to reach a certain rank, and the upkeep can be just gold with protein tax, or plus cereal tax, and plus vegetable tax or legume tax. For this test, the vegetable tax are not yet part of the upkeep. It is important that you know that even if you already have enough prestige and citizens to get to rank 8, for example, and you are still rank 1, you will only level up 1 rank at a time, so you still need to have the upkeep for all those ranks in between. What happens if you fail to pay the upkeep? Well, your city will go down 1 rank and the amount will be owed. To maintain or level up again your rank, you will need to pay not only the next upkeep as well as the amount owed, otherwise you will keep falling on ranks. The protein, cereals and vegetable tax can be produced in the packaging station using 20 of bear, venison or wolf cooked meat for protein, 20 rice or wheat for cereals and 20 beans for vegetables. Now, the roads and fields allow you to create or delete roads. The roads can be paved or dirty. Remember that only the paved ones give you the bonus speed. In the residential plots, like the name says, you can build the residential plots for your citizens to claim. You can build 2x2, 3x3, 4x4 or 5x5 plots. The price for these plots can be managed by the governor or vice governor in the town hall. The price will be by plot size. But bear in mind that the plots outside the city are 1000 gold and allow for 1 5x5 house, so setting up a price higher than that will not appeal to your citizens. In the social, you can find the tavern that comes already with a fireplace, some tables and benches for you to build inside it, and the trading post. The fireplace inside the tavern can be used by everyone. The trading post will be not only another way for your city to make money, but for players that like to trade, a way to make a living. Here, governors or vice governors can set up which items the city wants to sell or buy, the total amount of items and their price. If the city is buying, do not forget to deposit enough gold in the trading post to cover the transaction. You can also use the trading post to keep your ore safe like we did. There will be a warehouse that will be implemented still during this test, but it is not yet inside the game. So for now, we are also using the trading post as a warehouse. Just place the ores there, but do not set any action. At the beginning, not many cities were setting up items to buy and sell, but as we went further on this test, we could find more and more using them for trading. It was also said that, probably still during this test, a new functionality will be implemented that allows you to see from one trading post all the items set for selling and buying from other cities. But to actually make the transactions, you need to be there physically. In the woodworking, you can find the carpenter shop, the woodworking table and the fletching table. The carpenter shop comes with a wood deposit where you can store up to 48 logs. At the woodworking table you can craft components for weapons, like bolts for spears for example, crushing weapons and shields. In the fletching table you can craft arrow shafts, bows and arrows. For now only bone and stone arrows. The tailoring is the place where you get the tailor shop and all the tools that are needed here. The weaving station that allows you to craft the cloths or linen, the tanning tub that allows you to curate the hides into leather, and the tailor bench where you can craft the hides gear, the cloth gear and the leather gear. We also placed the fleshing beam in the tailor's shop so that it would be easier and more functional to process the hides. In the magic crafting, we find the magic shop with the wizard's bench where you craft better staffs and the enchanting table so that you can enchant your gear. The enchanting still works the same way as before, and so far you have available up to tier 2 enchantments. I will leave in the description below a link to my video where I explain the enchantment and a link to a website made by the Shadow Empire Guild that helps you figure out which reagents you need for a specific enchantment. Pretty handy and really nice work. Finally, in the metalworking you can find the Blacksmith Shop with the forge, the advanced forge, the smeltery, the advanced smeltery and the charcoal pile. The charcoal pile is for you to produce charcoal. It needs a crazy amount of wood logs and after some hours gives you 30 charcoal. The Blacksmith Shop contains 3 deposits. One for you to storage your fuel, another one for your ores, and inside the third one for you to storage your finished items like ingots, weapons or gear. In the smeltery you can smelt the ores, but only one kind of ore at a time. You will need 5 of the same ore and then you place the fuel that you need to smelt it. When you place the ore, it will tell you what temperature is needed for smelting. You have a maximum of 4 slots for the fuel. As we already know, iron ore, for example, needs 2000 degrees to smelt, and charcoal can only heat up to 1200. So for this you will need coal. Coal can heat up to 2000 degrees. The advanced smeltery allows you to make ore combinations. You can put 2 different kinds of ore, always 5 of each, and then the process is the same as for the other smeltery. It will give you in return 2 ingots of the set combination. As charcoal and coal are the only 2 fuels available for now, there are ingots that you will not yet be able to craft, like mithril for example, because you would need 2200 degrees and none of the fuels can reach that temperature. It is said that this will be obtained with alchemy, which is not inside the game yet. In the forge you can craft the metal arrowheads that for now also don't make sense since you cannot craft the metal arrows. You can craft metal sheet and metal components that you will need for the advanced smeltery and the advanced forge. You can craft light, medium and heavy weapons, and you can also craft chainmail armors. The advanced forge allows you to craft the same as the forge, plus plate armors and shields. All the deposits that these shops contain, as well as any chests that you may build inside one of these public buildings, will be accessible by all citizens. For now, there are no permissions to be managed. People that are not citizens cannot access them. If you want a chest that can be accessible by everyone, or if it is the opposite, you want only members of your guild to have access to it, then you need to build it inside your plot and manage its permissions accordingly. Also be attention that all weapons and gear stats are affected by the material that you choose to use to craft it. For example, if you are crafting the scholar clothes and you use cotton cloth, it will add shock resistance plus 120 to your stats, but if you use instead primal weave, it will add willpower plus 100 and spell damage plus 6%. Using spider silk cloth will add mana regeneration plus 2 and durability plus 100%. So check what fits you best and try to get the necessary mats to craft the perfect gear or weapon for your needs. Now, this is what most of the cities have, but like I mentioned at the beginning, in this test we have finally the harbors. Some cities near the coast have also a harbor to build. Like the bank, when the city is claimed, the harbor will appear in ruins and must be rebuilt to become active. The taxes the city wants to charge for using the harbor can be managed in the town hall by the governor and vice governors. And that is all for now. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I promise that I will make a next video talking more about the enchanting system, the blacksmith and the harbors. Also, we are waiting for the release of the Lost Tales that I have not mentioned in this video, so stay tuned. Do not leave just yet. Check out my other videos. Look at this one on my right, just begging to be watched. Go on there and just hit that subscribe button. Until next video, xoxo DreamCraftWD.